So yeah, I want to follow up on the last video about Caitlin Clark, what I was talking about at the end. The college women's college basketball game with LSU and Iowa, and even the one I even watched some of the UConn versus USC. The basketball was better than anything that the NBA and college men basketball is putting out right now. And I posted that, and a lot of people agree with me. And it's true. Like women, college is killing men's basketball right now. It's sad to see, but this is what happened. It's sad when the women are more competitive and playing harder than the men is and putting on a better show. Like somebody said, like the NBA been a snooze fest this season. A lot of people, I thought it just me because I've been barely watching the NBA this year. Because like somebody was saying, there ain't no storylines, there ain't no hype, there ain't no rivalry, so it ain't nothing to really watch it really for. And then the games like the All Star game and the tournament, the in season tournament when the Lakers won, like all of that stuff, like it's boring. Like and then we on we can talk about the game with it being fouls and no defense and like these players ain't out there really playing hard. Occasionally you will get an Anthony Edwards dunk on somebody or Jalen Green dunked on somebody highlight, but outside of that, the game is really not there no more. Like it's sad to say somebody who loves basketball and love the NBA and all of that type of stuff for years and all of that is we see it happening. They messed the game up and they're gonna have to do something about it because it's getting to the point to where it's just not fun to watch. And no, it's not gonna go away because I'm still gonna watch the finals and people still gonna watch the playoffs. It's still getting millions of views, like because people love basketball. That's why even college women's basketball is doing good because people just love to see sports and the competitiveness. But the NBA is, that's why the viewership not what it was like it's really they really hurting their product, which the NFL is getting to too. Not if the NFL keep on like this how they just changed the tackling this coming up season. If they keep on doing that, the NFL gonna start to go down too. Like they think that all people want to see is scoring, and that's not true. We don't want to see no 250 to 285 point games. Like, come on now. Like we don't want no snooze fest. We don't want no 52 to 58 game, but we don't want no crazy scoring game either. Like, come on now. And then if you for the real basketball and the real sports heads, like defense is a part of the game. Like, if you really love the game, you appreciate defense just as much as you appreciate offense. So, and that's what boxing fans always say about Floyd, because the casual fan says that Floyd is boring, but the real boxing heads always say, like, if you appreciate boxing, you can appreciate Floyd defense. So it's like that in all sports. Like I guess you got to be a real into the sport to appreciate the defensive side of it. But but they got to realize that it's just like anything, your core fan base is what matters more than anything. Like I understand you want the casuals and stuff like that, but the casuals is not the ones who buying all the merchandise and watching all the games. The casuals are just watching the Super Bowl, the finals, and the All-Star game, and like that type of stuff. Your hardcore fans is the one that's tuning in every single night and watching the game, and that's who they killing it and they losing for real. It's the core fan base because how the game been. And like I made another video, I didn't already made a video about a month or so ago about how the NBA is this it's getting ridiculous, it's getting boring. Like it's like players is but that's what the video is about, is that foreign players is taking over, which they is, but it's because these players, it just seem like they don't care no more. We already see all of them getting caught up with IG models, Zion, Jalen Green, and DeAndre Ayton, and then it's just like it's like all these players, since they getting money, and which you want them to get money, which makes sense, like get your money, like of course I want y'all to succeed, but it's like it just make them like James Harden was the first one I noticed like that, like to where they just don't care, like they if they lose, they lose. I'm right at the club, I'm right spending money, like like they don't care if they win or lose. They not playing hard because At the end of the day, I'm rich. And then also too, it's because of the league, because someone could say we can't play hard because they didn't change the game and they call everything a foul. So even if we wanted to play hard, we can't. So it's a real problem for real. The NBA got to do something for sure. It's sad when college women's basketball game is way more exciting than any NBA game. And it's almost the end of the NBA season. I can't name one game that was just so exciting this year. And then they talking about college men's basketball been the same. It ain't really been that good. Like the women's side been better and more talked about. So y'all better NBA men, y'all need to take heed to this because it'll be funny if everybody just starts switching over and start watching women and say F it. It's better than watching, y'all, even though y'all more athletic and obviously better, it's just like you can't take, part of sports is the heat and the passion and the effort behind it. Like, like people want to see competitiveness, people want to see that you really out there putting your all into it. And that's not what we getting from the men out here.